It's a picturesque afternoon for football in the Northeast, and EA Sports comes to you from MetLife Stadium, just across the Hudson River from New York City. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Throwing to start the drive. Ward. Gonna throw right side here. Complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there at 22.
That's a good start to the ball game. Maybe a little bit of a tone setter offensively. They come out throwing right away, and it's an early completion and a quick first down.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Looking to throw. Ward. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. The Giants at a disappointing 1-4 as they start play. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
He's going to fire one deep left sideline.
That's to the sideline, and it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive.
They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And a big loss here as he's taken down. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. Back to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's long. It'll be a gain of just a yard. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Though certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because when the defense got him, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Johnson jostles free.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards.
And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape, 1st and 10. On 1st down. McLean, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Ward. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Broncos force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his 2nd interception.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too. Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he's going to have a Broncos first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Trying to lay one up deep. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great effort there.
With his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Wiggles free. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down.
19 Lion. Mustang 19.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Following the delay, here's 2nd and 9.
Ready.
They'll keep it on the ground. McLean.
And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3.
When you look at this Bronco defense, they enter play here 24th in the league against the run.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
Now a 3rd and 6.
70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. Dragon 60. Ready.
Looking to throw. Ward. And that's going to be incomplete.
The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Rolling to his left. Throw left side complete. That's right. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Complete to right. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They go play action here on 1st down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Here's a quick throw caught out wide. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now they'll change things around before the snap. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now a handoff up the middle. Long. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Here we go, set. Half the 60, half the 60.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
Let's go.
Now a handoff looking right. And no sidestepping that hit. He's going to be brought down hard, and it also sets up 4th down. So no gain on the play. They'll decline the penalty to not give him the down back.
And were you thinking to yourself that maybe they would take the yardage there?
Yeah,
because
possibly.
I definitely was. But as you noted, maybe they're just looking at the downs chart and saying, okay, we're comfortable where we are.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Here we go on 4th down. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field. And that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another 4th down. They decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law, and it's 9/10 of this game, too. Having the football counts.
You're so litigious. Up the middle they go. Humphrey. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. So this is where a defense can really pin back its ears, bring it all, sell out to stop the run. This time, it'll earn them 2 points.
They definitely guessed right here. A run blitz all the way, and that's a bad feeling for a running back when he knows he's got to at least get it over the goal line. But all he sees are opposing jerseys.
And, oh, he takes a shot at the end of that play. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, trying to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position where we were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence, not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 45 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Wright's got it. He's up to 87 yards receiving now, and it's a 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And now an audible here into something else. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Here's 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's long. And here he'll get it down to the 7. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Broncos are able to stretch out their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
Here we go, shot.
Now a handoff up the middle. McLean. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Ready, ready.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's go. 19 Lion. Ready.
Off play action. Ward. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Mustang 19. Here we go, here we go. Check go.
Operating from the gun. Ward. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the 1st half. So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
The slot man in motion right.
Go.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That's into the hands of Edwards. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 27-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the...
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Giants nothing.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
Harrison Davis to kick off.
Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the foot.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Second and 10. Back to throw. Ward. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Buffalo 18.
Operating from the gun. Ward. And he comes back with one complete. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
And he'll be taken down at about the 45. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defense in front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now it's 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Ward. To the sideline and incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
79 Broncos.
They're going to try and throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. 70 Lion. Cowboy 80. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Ready.
Off the play fake. Ward. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
In a game that hasn't gone your way, you've got to throw in the end zone at every opportunity and hopefully climb back in as much as possible. He put way too much on that throw, though, and that shot ends up with nothing.
Let's go. 60 Eagle. 60 Eagle. Huh. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Huh.
Back to throw again. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready, ready.
They'll look to throw again. And the throw there going to be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down.
Panther 11. Panther 11. Ready.
Back to throw. Ward. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the
And now off to the races down the right side. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and they actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
Ready? Go!
They'll keep it on the ground. Humphrey. And he stopped immediately there.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
Here's 3rd and 6.
Operating from the gun. Ward. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line.
But it certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
They'll run on 1st down. It's long, and he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. So he had the nice run to get him down there, was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in, and he carries it across the goal line.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here this 3rd quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here And that one, it backfired in a big way.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Second and 9.
Let's go. Check go.
Looking to throw. Ward. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side, and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The offense on third down, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is third and 9.
Warrior 70. Go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And the Broncos get there and take him down. And that'll bring up fourth down on the big sack with a loss of 5.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And take it right on the 30. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return.
And it will be first and 10 as they take over.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the score.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
The fumble on first down now. Here's second down.
They'll drop to throw. Complete. Richardson has it.
On the move past the 40. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he's going to get this all the way down to the 2 before he's wrestled out.
A big play there on the catch and run. 71 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Broncos look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. So it's a high 5 for that one. His 5th rushing touchdown of the game as he draws ever nearer to potentially making a run at an NFL record.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss.
And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's second down. They'll keep it on the ground. Humphrey, and the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a console, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
Up the middle they go. McLean, and he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, McLean, and he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position.
19 Lions. Let's go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. This will be caught inside the 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Richardson. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Sliding out of the pocket. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Giants come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And